Yo, what's up, world? It's badass thuggin' like I usually do, and you better turn it up, bust some speakers out, cause we off the motherfucking cuff. You dig how we do it? Dog Pound Gangsters 2000 and beyond. Black. Yo, check this out. This is your girl, Cola Vogue, and I'm chilling with my boys right here on Off the Cuff Radio. Cause we off the cuff right now. You dig? Bet. What's up? It's your boy Lil Yap from UNLV, bragging up from the river, cooling with my homies and my family at Off the Cuff Radio. Y'all be sure to tune in on Fridays and get the latest scoop and find out what's happening. You heard me?
Tiffany Lavon.
And it's Queen Crazy, your girl's favorite bartender.
And we're from
Sex on the Rocks podcast.
Alright, you're now tuning in to Off the Cuff Radio.
Yeah, because they keep representing that world hip hop. Yo, much love.
Alright.
Y'all, this is Princess Daisy giving a shout out to King Eric and Off the Cuff Radio. Keep doing your thing, puppy.
Hey y'all, this is Stacey Lachey giving a shout out to King Eric and Off the Cuff Radio.
What's shaking, y'all? This is the Grand, 1/2 of Lost Cause and 1/3 of that Drive Time thing. Sending my love to the homies over at Off the Cuff Radio. Tune in every Friday night for some real deal hip-hop conversation. These dudes are the connoisseurs of this thing. You already know what it is. BX Stand Up, HUD City, we're shaking. Peace.
Yo, this is Dope Fresh to Dine, and y'all tuned in to the most raw, uncut show on radio, the Guillotine Team, Off the Cuff, and yo, Eric, Sandman, off of these clowns' heads.
Get your hand out of my pocket! Get your hand out of my pocket, nigga! Get your hand out of my pocket! Call me old school, I'm a hip-hop head. Hip-hop hole spinning hip-hop bread. Hip-hop rhymes on a hip-hop track. Let's bring hip-hop back. I'm the type to claim I never knew that cat. And on sight, niggas laying you out flat. Confidential CI, nigga, you that rat. Claiming thug. Where the fuck they do that at? Is it to my understanding that you're handling coke keys? Talking about you pros? Nigga, you broke, please. You better save it for a lawyer. Less trips to the strip club, tricking on Latoya. You can never hold down what I maintain. Sick, got the people saying I ain't sane. Hot boy, acting like if you ain't flame. Got a chopper, but the bitch can't aim. In this game, son, I hustle like a nigga that sling crack. Waiting for these pussy little niggas to swing back. Me and you could never ever be on the same track. If coke was a notebook, this would be the bring back. Call me old school, I'm a hip-hop head. Hip-hop hole spinning hip-hop bread. Hip-hop rhymes on a hip-hop track. Let's bring hip-hop back. Call me old school, I'm a hip-hop head. Hip-hop hole spinning hip-hop bread. Hip-hop rhymes on a hip-hop track. Let's bring hip-hop back. Niggas step up and get your cranium cracked. I'm trying to be cool, this ain't a way to react. I really ain't feeling what he's saying, he whack. Y'all niggas fraud, so I'm taking it back. I'm his worst nightmare, everything he fears. Fuck all this talking, niggas see me when the check clears. Now y'all rapping and pursuing careers, and this shit that I've been doing for years. Since when do some 20 inches sit a nigga so high? Walking so the nigga didn't see me stroll by. This is why I'm still getting paid today. Cause legends don't die, we just fade away. He musta rolled the short bus cause he acts slow. The rookie nigga talking like he all pro. I'm jumping in but I ain't screaming look out though. I'm screaming fuck you nigga, die slow. Call me old school, I'm a hip-hop head. Hip-hop hole spinning hip-hop bread. Hip-hop rhymes on a hip-hop track. Let's bring hip-hop back. Call me old school, I'm a hip-hop head. Hip-hop hole spinning hip-hop bread. Hip-hop rhymes on a hip-hop track. Let's bring hip-hop back. You'd rather see a blind man cause he write braille. Why that nigga locked up cause he like jail. This nigga here shook cause he look all pale. To tame a beast you got to grab it by the tail. But the trick is I'm hard to catch. And your style and my style they hardly match. I'm looking at the surface and it's hardly scratch. You still bleeding and you partly patch. I stay on point and keep one in the chain. And ain't worried about you cause your bitch ass lame. Fuck around and I'ma leave your bitch ass main. Nothing personal, it's part of the game. Original Don, you know where I'm with me. My gun pan cock, no bullshit talk. Your pussy all that rude boy, I move from it yet. My tech is a rusty, but still I shoot straight. Call me old school, I'm a hip hop head. Hip hop hoe spinning hip hop bread. Hip hop rhymes on a hip hop track. Let's bring hip hop back. Call me old school, I'm a hip hop head. Hip hop hoe spinning hip hop bread. Hip hop rhymes on a hip hop track. Let's bring hip hop back. Put niggas on blast, what?
You know what I'm saying? Well, I'm just chilling here. I gotta do this, you know what I'm saying? Word is born. And it's only right, you know what I'm saying? We gonna do it like this, you know what I'm saying? My motherfucking man, MC Shan. Hey, yo, what's the deal, son? On the streets only lie when they high. Reality don't lie. Question, if you fake or you lie. Niggas multiply, don't die. Take guns on the streets only lie when they high. Reality don't lie. Question, if you fake or you lie. Niggas multiply, don't die.
My rhymes to your mind is like a hallucinogenic drug. And lyrically, I'm labeled as a real authentic thug. You can never compare, son, you and I, we opposito. You love the way I flip it, when I grip it, cause it's lethal. If rhyming be the key to success, I guess you shut out. Now open up that gate and let that motherfucking mud out. Ain't no shame in my game, I still roll in Cadillac, swing the battle axe, and still remove niggas like cataracts. Never nurture, always allow my mind to expand. I'm in defiance, and only men of science can understand. I'm from the Holy Land, once I sip drinks from the Holy Grail. Douse the flames in my chest, stood on the pyramid's crest. My mind seems the whole time captive in a bottle. Swear my shit was Shakespearean, written by Aristotle and Plato, but still I lay low. But one day though, I'm about to take all this shit, little do they know.
Take guns on the streets, only lie when they high. Reality fake or you lie. Niggas multiply, don't die. Take guns on the streets, only lie when they high. Reality don't lie. Question, if you fake or you lie. Niggas multiply, don't die.
Slick shots release aggression from your present pain. Smoke Tron cause it helps to keep my sanity sane. Massive flow so I can flip it up at any point and simply click. There's only one way to describe my persona, that's simply sick. Open up my mouth, it's like I'm spitting slugs out. It's funny how the whole rap game got dug out. I keep the lawn mode, just like some landscapers. And I was getting pussy long before I had papers. You front niggas fold, you flossy niggas flash. You pussy niggas shit talk, but real niggas blast. Fake thug niggas, we fucking up your plan. The world belongs to Mobb Deep, Saddam, and MC Shan.
Take guns on the streets, only lie when they high. Reality don't lie. Question, if you fake or you lie. Niggas multiply, don't die. Take guns on the streets, only lie when they high. Reality don't lie. Question, if you fake or you lie. Niggas multiply, don't die.
Took 27 years to make this album.
Oh, you fake
But it's
dog.
out now. Balls over bullshit.
No love. Oh, you fake dog. Get no love. Oh, you fake dog. Get no love. Oh, you fake dog. Get no love. Yo, check that. Hold up. Know what I'm saying? BBC, MOBB.
What it do, y'all? This your boy King Ed the Great, and you're now tuned in at the best hip-hop show on Friday nights at Off the Cuff Radio, sponsored by Cocaine's Buddy Boy Entertainment and Da Vinci Clothing. We in the building. I got my man T-Max with the facts with me.
What it do, what it do. 2 up, 2 down in the town. We putting it down, man.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. We back at it for a special episode.
Man, and King, I mean, we've had special episodes, yo, but this episode is in the history of Off the Cuff Radio. The man we are going to have the honor, the pleasure of interviewing tonight is one of the all-time greats in hip-hop history, and you have to mention him among the pioneers and among the founding fathers in terms of what this genre grew from as a culture, well, what the genre grew from in terms of hip-hop music and what the culture morphed from. You know, he's a living legend, man. Go ahead, do it, Key, because once we get going, man, this interview is going to go a lot of places, taking us to a lot of history tonight. Go ahead and do the honors, King.
Now, this is a 678 call here, and I'm going to see who this is first of all. Maybe it's somebody that's pulling up, want to show us some love. But my man said that Shan is going to be calling the show anytime now, so we're going to see. But we got a 678 call. And we don't know who this is. Maybe
Atlanta.
somebody showing some love. 678.
Atlanta, what's going on?
I'm showing you some love like I'm supposed to.
MC Shan in the building.
Here he is.
What's happening? Listen, let me first apologize for last week.
Look at that round of applause for my brother.
Look. I'm not going to be deserving of this round of applause after I tell you this. I'm sorry I didn't make it to the show next week, okay? Last week. I'm so sorry I did that.
It's all right. Look.
I was out running around, you know, and my mind be slipping. I was riding in my truck like an hour ago, and my time in my truck is an hour ahead. And I looked at the time, and it said 9:25. I'm like, oh! I called the number and said, your talk show comes on in a half an hour. I'm like, phew.
Man, Shan.
It's all good, man. We had a lot going on last week, too, man. It was like I was running on Russia time myself, and I got home a little late, so I'm like, man, we going to have to
Big shout to Pittsburgh Pack. Big shout to Pittsburgh Pack. Got to give my man some love.
Definitely.
Big
Mr.
shout.
Shan, this is an honor and a privilege to have you on our show, man. I mean, man, we've had legends.
Thank you for having me, brother.
Legend. Thank you look, we got a couple hours to break down the whole history, and there is a lot we want to talk to you about. More than anything, man, you know, because we're gonna cover a lot of bases, but how about we just break it down in general in terms of you telling us a bit about yourself, our audience, and about, you know, your origins, you know, and how you got started.
Well, how I got started is on the benches in Queensbridge with Shantae. We used to be rhyming on the benches, freestyling. Right. Then Shantae made her record, and I'm like, hold on, wait a minute. She made a record, I'm going to make one. So I went and did Molly Scratch, and the rest is history from there. You know, right now what's happening for me is there's a new record out by Daddy Yankee called Concama.
Oh, man.
But see, what he did is he took Informer and he remade Informer. You know, Informer's mine. So I'm watching the billions and millions, the millions of YouTube views go up every day because there's a check involved in that song for me. So I'm just feeling like
good.
The first time around, I did for everyone. You know what I'm saying? And the powers that be have gotten rid of all of these people who were leeching from me the last time and all that. So now I got another chance, and these people can't call me anymore. So I'm free to roam the cabin all by myself.
That's what's up. Now, you know, in terms of your beginning, Shan, you were, as we all know, hip-hop really started. A lot of people credit hip-hop in terms of really going back to the late 70s, of course, with The Last Poets. And then, of course, as we started seeing the Sugar Hill Gang in 78, you know, but in the 80s, that's really began to take form, you know, and we really saw more of a promise from the East Coast from where it really started, you know, maturing itself. You were along the front lines of the first wave of MCs, you know, who really, you know, stepped forth to make their mark in it. And, you know, in the process, you were also one of the, you know, one of the artists from the beginning who were first to score a major record deal. How was it to really, when you first started in terms of what it was to actually be an artist, you know, did you, Shantae, you know, everybody in the, in the business at the time, know what it was going to become in terms of where hip hop would go to this day?
No, we did not. We actually did this for fun. This was our recreation. You know what I'm saying? We was on the benches doing rhymes and battling each other. And when the records came around, we didn't do. See, nowadays they do it because they want to get a check. We were doing it, and that's why there's so many whack artists out right now, because they just want to try and get the check. The actual development of your style, the development of your wordplay and things like that, there's no more of that. It's like you can say whatever you want. You can repeat, my tire got a flat, my tire got a flat, my tire got a flat, and that's going to be a hit record nowadays, you know what I'm saying? Where back in the days, you couldn't even come saying nothing like that, or you would get dogged by every MC that could spit lyrics. You would get dogged. Right. So it's like the game done took a total different thing. Like I say, when we did this back in the days, this was our recreation. And then when we found out you can get a check from it, that was even better. Although we got jerked or whatever the heck we got in the first beginning, we got jerked, but we made money. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it was like there was a give and a take. All right, I'm a famous dude. I'm famous. I'm getting some money, but I'm not getting everything that I deserve. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And you don't recognize this. Every artist in the game, the artist is the prostitute. And everybody after the artist is the ones making the money. The artist is out here in the street hoeing themselves. The producers is getting the money. And everybody else behind that artist is getting the bulk of the money. And the artist don't know this.
Right.
Now he got to go do shows to get his money, because he ain't getting points off of his record. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's total different business now.
Do you see the difference between streaming and record sales? Like, with physicals, like, do you see a difference between, like, you see the pie being split even more with streaming?
All right, look, I'll be able to tell you that more after this first Karma check come in. Because I know what those informer checks came in like, right? And we didn't have internet when we did informer, and it sold crazily. Right now, I'm looking at this Daddy Yankee Karma, right? And I'm looking at the streams, 211 million or 221 million hits in a month. Okay?
Ooh.
I don't know how the new way of paying is. But all I know is I see all these young cats out here with all these stacks of bread. They ain't selling no records, so it must be coming from them streams. So I don't know how the difference is, but I will tell you in a couple of months.
Definitely. And Shan, what you were saying about those streamings is definitely something, because that's not only, from the streamings from the sites like Spotify, like I said, dog, we got a lot to chop it up, because we're going to chop it up some more, later on about the De La Soul situation, what's going on at Tommy Boy. But definitely about streaming.
That's just a straight situation what I just described. Us being artists back in the days and us not getting our just deserves. Now there's a new way to get money, and now what they're doing with them is they're just saying, hey, y'all signed to this, and we're going to pay you what we want to pay you.
Okay, we can get into it now with it. Okay, go ahead.
All right, but look, see, back in the days, there used to be a clause in your contract that says that we are able to sell your music in any genre that appears coming forward. Okay? So now, when we were first doing the CDs was just basically in there. But they already had their ass covered by saying we're going to be able to tell if they come out with streaming, if they come out with this, if they come out with that, we're going to still be able to sell your records at the same price that we gave it to you for this. But see, back then, they didn't know what the pay rate for streaming and this and that. So there is no set thing in your contract that says you get this amount of the streaming or this amount of that, because there was no regulation. So now I'm looking at the Tommy Boy situation, right? And they want to give De La Soul 10%. freaking nuts? Between the three of them, they're supposed to split 10% while Tommy Boy's sitting there eating off the 90.
And it's crazy because what you were saying earlier about what your, when you were going to talk about what your checks are going to look like from the streaming, you're looking at all these different avenues in terms of, like, especially with YouTube. I don't know what the numbers are for YouTube in terms of what those numbers have to hit before you actually get money from them. I have to check my research on that.
I'm at 221 million. Okay, they should have a check.
Okay. Oh yeah. I think it's somewhere after 50,000, I believe, on views. That's when you start. I think the numbers are like maybe $6 or $7 per view. After that, you get money from there. So I mean, yes, son, your shit is gonna be looking lovely before Christmas.
Look, but I'm also looking at. See, right now I'm getting the streams off of Informer, a lot of the streams off of my old stuff, and those checks are nice. But I'm not just looking at just the YouTube streams and all of this. I've got publishing on that song, and I've got a nice chunk of publishing on the song. And that's where basically a lot of the money comes from, the publishing and all of that. So people would say to me, well, Shan, how come you're so happy? You're not even on the record. What people don't understand, that lots of times the person that's getting a check is not the one in front that you see, as I explained earlier. The artist is the person out there, the producer's getting the money. This guy's getting the money, that guy's getting the money, but the artist is out there working their ass off.
Getting straight
penny. So at this point, I'm sitting there like, oh, okay. People are looking, well, why you promoting that record so much? And because this is part of my check. Period. So look at it. Here you go. Con cama. Forget about it. I don't even understand Spanish. But I bet you them pesos turn over to dollars or whatever it is.
It's all currency.
And it's number one in 33 countries.
Woo!
That took Snow out. We was number one in 7 countries. Okay? At the same time. This came out, debuted number one in 33 countries.
Oh, my goodness. Dude.
Goodness gracious.
Shan, now, you are one of the elder statesmen, so this is something that is huge because, like I said, we got a lot to discuss, and we kind of want to keep it streamlined, but this is off-the-cuff radio, so we just go whatever.
What? Pat didn't warn you that I'm just, like, erratic? He didn't warn you and say, yo, Shan is erratic.
No, we love it. We love it because there's a lot to cover because what you spoke about in terms of the publishing, because I wanted to bring up with you, and we don't want to bring up his present situation of indiscretions, but just from the business aspect about what happened with R. Kelly when we found out that he didn't even own his publishing. I mean, how important is it for art? How do I want to say this? How important is it for the young artist to know how they can get jerked when they see an artist like R. Kelly from all the work he did get jerked? How does that even happen?
Because you do not sit back and think with a business mind. When you're the artist, all right, say you're a broke artist, right? Say like we all start this business, we're broke, right? Somebody comes to you with a $5,000 check. Let's not even put the money up there. Let's just say a $5,000 check. Who are you going to listen to? Your broke man or the guy that's giving you this $5,000 check?
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So the guy giving you the $5,000 check, he already know you already in a position. So he's going to take advantage. Yo, I got this $5,000 for you, blah, 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 blah. Just sign this. You don't know to go get a lawyer. You trust this man. He's giving you $5,000. But what he did was he sold you out. He gave you $5,000 to take $50 million from you. But you didn't know at the time. You know, I've got a lot of these people that are calling me right now talking about, do you want to sell your royalties? Do you want to sell your rights to your songs?
What
and
the
I can
hell?
guarantee you that they're only calling black hip-hop artists that don't know Now, if you want to look at it right, I've been getting money with Inform. I've not have to get a job and nothing. I don't have to go make records. Nothing. Although I put out that thing in 2017, that's cool.
Which we thank you for. We thank you for that. Thank you.
But I got another one coming. But I'm not sitting around trying to make no records and do all of this stuff. I'm trying to see what this publishing is gonna do. Because look, the publishing, like we're saying, the publishing is where it's at. Don't just want to be the artist. If they're giving you 5,000, they got 50,000 for you. It depends on you breaking. And do not accept the lawyer that they give you. Do not take their word for it. Don't trust anybody around you, period. Learn the business for yourself so that when somebody mentions something, don't leave it up to, talk to my manager, talk to my manager, talk to my manager. I see a lot of artists doing that. Talk to my manager. No, you're going to talk to me and my manager so I know what the fuck this nigga doing. Excuse me for saying it like that. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, say what you feel. Say what you feel.
But that's how it works. Don't never let these people sit there and say, talk to my manager, talk to my manager. You know what I'm saying? Because look at what happened to Tekashi 6ix9ine. He was getting hundreds of thousands for shows, and he was only getting 30,000 of that, or some wild stupid number, and he was getting jerked. And this is why, in the end of the day, he decided, I'm getting rid of all these people. Everybody's fired. Niggas who was jerking them got mad. You know what I'm saying? The same dudes jerking them still talking about they won't make them eat lead. You know what I mean? You can't trust nobody. These are the people that ran with him. That he was the check. And these people are so stupid that you will put the check in the ground when this is our moneymaker. Some motherfuckers are just so stupid. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
And if you're jerking this man for this little bit of money right now, imagine all the money that y'all could have made together over time if you would have just been straight with this man. He's the talent. You're not. You can be fired. Managers can be fired.
You know, Shan, and that's something me and King always talk about this off the air, Shan, because this is a situation where, you know, it's crazy because when we look at the situation with Tekashi, you know, we're not even talking about the whole investigation and the indictment and the imprisonment that subsequently has come from the two previous eyes, but it's just about the business aspect because, like you said, when you're the talent, you're always going to want to have the guys, you know, it's like you're on the chopper and then niggas is riding in the bitch seat, but then they want to act like, you know, they're the ones who built the bike in the first place. And, you know, and for what happened to Tekashi, this was a very sobering situation, albeit a tragic circumstance and even comedic at times, if a tragic comedy, because it's like now we're seeing how it really goes where you believe that you're on top of the world acting crazy, this, that, and the other. You have everybody basically enabling you to be ignorant until that hammer comes down. Now everybody's going to get hit with it.
All right. Now, remember, the feds was following these cats around for 2 years. They allowed them to do all of this shit. You see what I'm saying? They allowed them that they'll put a secret indictment can go against you for years at a time. You know what I'm saying? They can tap your phone for years. They got time to wait. They don't care. They will tap your phone for 2-3 years, and then here you go 3 years from now, things done change. You're about to change your life. I'm pretty sure Tekashi was ready to just get out of Brooklyn, go buy him a house in L.A. or wherever the hell he got. You know what I'm saying? He probably did already. You know what I'm saying? But then all of a sudden now the indictments come because you've been under investigation for 2 years messing with these dudes. They know about the shootings. They know about how you sent somebody to go shoot at Chief Keef. They know about this. And how did they get him to flip? They told him, listen, we've got tapes of these guys saying that they're going to make you eat lead. That's how they got him to flip. So they know all of this. So all of you artists out here, you got to watch it. That hip-hop cop shit is no joke. That shit is real. They just do it differently now. They don't have to run out and look behind you. All they got to do is look at your Instagram. They don't have to come chasing you down or going to your house because you're so eager to put your guns on Instagram and show that you're thorough. So, oh shit, he's got a gun. Ain't he a convicted felon? Boop, swoop him up. Look what they did to 21 Savage. They let him get popular as fuck, and then motherfuckers say, we deporting your ass.
Look, Shan, we didn't even know that he wasn't even a citizen of this country. We're thinking the whole time he's from the United States.
He was from Atlanta.
And then we
but
found
don't you see how that works?
Yeah, man.
They just let anybody in. You know what I'm saying? They just let anybody in. You know, but look, see what messed him up is, oh, you forgot about you was here on a visa. You forgot something.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So now what? Now all of your family is here, and they're going to deport you to a country you don't know nobody in. Yeah, you're going to be 21 Savage in Haiti or wherever he's from. You know what I'm saying? But you are not going to have the same resources and things that you had while you were in the States.
That's true.
So you're 21 Savage. Kiss it goodbye, my friend. Kiss it goodbye.
And you know what's funny is guys that were 21 Savage actually had a lot of clones coming here. The 22 Savage and the 23 Savage. That's a lane them guys can get in there now.
All right, but see, now that's the whole point that I was talking about earlier. There is no originality. You see somebody doing it, you're going to follow what he doing, hoping that his success rubs off on you instead of trying to do your own thing and stay in your own lane. Oh, I'm 21 Savage getting it, I'm going to be 22 Savage. And 22 Savage getting, I'm going to be 23. I'm 24 Savage. Come on now, that's corny. That's corny. The rap game is corny now. I'm just saying, the most of my money I ever made, I didn't make it in hip-hop. I'm sorry. I love my hip-hop culture, but hip-hop hasn't paid me a dime. Hip-hop don't pay me. Hip-hop artists are sitting around starving, working. You know what I'm saying? Got to do tours to do this. I don't have to do any of that. I was lucky enough to produce an album that hit the Guinness Book of World Records twice for the same album. I'm in the Guinness Book of World Records. You know what I mean?
Whoa.
And now here we are in 2019, the same album that went in the Guinness Book of World Records might hit the Guinness Book of World Records again for being the biggest hit in 2019 and in 92.
A double whammy of doing it dynamite twice. Oh my goodness.
No, but see, this is my thing when people always say to me, "Yo, Shan, you ain't make no waves in the game, and you broke this." Nigga, I'm not hardly broke. You don't see me sitting around here starving. I'm just not one to go flash for you. You understand? I ain't gonna flash for you and all of this. You can say what you like. You never see me working anywhere like, really, busting my ass. If I had to, yes, I would. Yes, I would. But I feel that this game I played it properly. Some people played the game and they didn't play it as properly as me. I didn't have to go. Why you never see me out on tours and stuff like this? Because I don't have to go out on tour to make my money. A lot of these artists have to stay on tour just to pay their bills. Once the tour money stops, you ain't getting no royalties. So you got to stay on tour till you 70, till you 80, and be like, you know what I'm saying? I don't have to do this. But definitely now I don't have to do it. For them to get me out of my house to come sing something? What? It got to be a good show.
That's the cold part about the game, man, because I remember I was looking today, and I'm starting to see George Clinton and the Parliament, they touring. I start finding out that I think they jerked George Clinton out of his publishing, too. So that's why they're doing the touring again.
Yeah, he doesn't own his
exactly why you see these artists doing this. And after you are in the limelight, I don't care how old you get, you miss it. When you walk up the street and nobody is saying, ooh, look, there go MC Shan. You know what I'm saying? You miss that. That's one part of the game you miss, and you still keep trying to, go for that right there. Well, I'm just like, whatever. Whatever. You know what I mean? Whatever.
Yeah, because cats, they become very nostalgic.
Look, I got for my publishing on all of my. all of my hip hop shit.
Okay, we're experiencing a bit of technical difficulties, but Shan's going to be back with us in a second. This is Off the Cuff Radio with King Eric and myself, with our co-host Sandman and Lady Chinchilla, who are with us in spirit. Call number is 1-619-924-0703, sponsored by Da Vinci Clothing and Buddy Boy Entertainment. And Shan is back with us. Go ahead, Shan.
There you go.
Pick up from what you were saying.
I plugged in my Bluetooth, and it kind of messed up. But anyway, it's like,
keep going.
All of them doing shows is because we got jerked. I got jerked out of my publishing on all my Cold Chillin' songs. All of my Cold Chillin' records, except for 2 songs, I get the publishing on. That's Left Me Lonely and The Bridge. That's it. I got jerked out of everything else. But where the payback comes from, the same person that jerked me on the publishing for Cold Chillin' is the same person that showed me how not to get jerked when I was doing the snow shit. All right? So now when you showed me how not to get jerked, it made me say, oh, so that's how you took all my shit. That's how it worked. Okay. So now, as far as Informer is concerned and all this snow and Daddy Yankee stuff, I gets my checks. I've got my publishing in. I've got my end covered. Go ahead.
Oh, I was saying, I'm going to tell you a wild story, Shan, because I read this years ago in a Double XL magazine. It was Double XL, a source, and they talked about the situation with Busta Rhymes about he was getting all this upfront money, but he wasn't receiving any of his royalties off of his, and I think he had to go get a lawyer, and he eventually got his back money off of what he was owed. For, I think this is like through his first 4 albums, he didn't get any royalties off of it. With New Edition, even with a situation with a name, now they're performing as Ronnie, Bobby, Ricky, and Mike because apparently Ralph and Johnny trademarked the New Edition name.
And then, what did Johnny got to do with anything? Johnny was always a bum. Johnny was singing with this nigga, that nigga, this nigga. Johnny Gill could not even motherfucking get his own record deal. Fuck Johnny Gill. Fucking bum ass nigga. And then gonna go buy the fucking name so New Edition can't go at New Edition.
Only on Off the Cuff Radio, ladies and gentlemen. But Shan, it's funny though because when we look at the situation, because even with Bobby, we all know the New Edition is one of the greatest groups ever. But even when they've been touring for over 25 years continuously, but I know Bobby had issues years ago with them because Bobby was feeling like he wasn't getting his share of the money he should have been getting. So it was unfortunate with all of that because when you look at how this whole thing is present day, you look at how it culminates to basically years of a lot of strife between the group members in terms of how the money was supposed to be, proportioned out and such. But what you said, man, resonates so much because it's about the business aspect. We want to rewind it back to a bit, taking it back to 1985 when you were on MCA Records. When you were going into the studio for the first time to record your debut, what was that like knowing that?
That wasn't my debut. That wasn't my debut. They came and sought me out. They came and sought me out. I didn't look for them. They came to me. They wanted somebody to do that Feed the World record that I did on MCA. They wanted somebody to do that. And I was connected with Mae James, and she was with the radio, and she, they hooked it up. And they said, yo, you know what? We want to get Shan to do this because he can write those kind of lyrics that he's not going to say, bah, 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 bah. He's not going to say, yes, yes, y'all. You don't stop. He's going to write a story that's going to make sense. So I did.
Right.
They wanted to continue our business dealings, but major labels didn't know what to do with hip-hop. They didn't know. So after I did the Feed the World, and then we did a version of the Bridge, and they got their hands in the air like, we don't know what to do with this hip-hop stuff. We were cool with this Feed the World thing that we were trying to make we are the world, you know what I'm saying? We know how to work that one, But all this hip hop stuff don't work out for us, so we parted our ways. Amicably, parted our ways. But guess what? I never got a dime from Feed the World.
Oh man,
Marley Marl and Charlie Casanova got that bread.
And that's about and that's what I'm about to ask you in terms of when you came on MCA with your debut song, because that was, but I mean, I did not know, we did not know the anatomy of the business that had went behind it. But Marl, I mean, you coming out of QB, I'm gonna just run off some names because the pedigree that y'all have, I mean, yourself, Killer Shah, rest in peace, Cormega, Mobb Deep, Havoc and Prodigy, Prodigy, rest in peace, Lakey the Kid, Nas, Jungle, Tragedy Gaddafi, Roxanne Shante, DJ LES. I mean, Littles. Dude, you guys are like, yes, Big Noid. I mean, I'm missing so many because there's so many of y'all niggas that came out of there. I mean, dude, did y'all even did you even have any idea what y'all were gonna do in terms of the type of impressions that y'all were gonna make? Because your lineage, arguably, QB has the most celebrated and distinguished legacy of hip hop rhyme sayers in the culture's history. I mean, it is unbelievable how many of you not only came out of there, but how many of you made such an impact. I'm thinking about it, especially, and I gotta ask you about this. What was it like when you did when Nas brought everyone together for the QB's Finest album, recording starting in '99 and being released, believe in 2001. Yes. What was that like to get everyone together for that?
They couldn't get me on the song. I ain't want nothing to do with it. Straight up. I ain't want nothing to do with it. I let them do their thing. They had to send somebody to my house to kidnap me, to make me bring me to the studio. For real. I was not getting on that project.
But I'm laughing.
Look, this is why I was sitting back on so much money at that point. I don't need to be messing with y'all with that project. Y'all do y'all. I ain't with it. All right? They were like, yo, call Mega, send Body G to my house. You got to send somebody I respect. If you send some knucklehead I'm not going to respect, nigga, we just going to have a problem with it. So they had to send a nigga to my house that I respected. The nigga lifted me up, carried me out to the fucking van, put me in the van, and actually kidnapped me and took me to the goddamn studio.
Look, Shan, and it's funny you say Cormega too, because him and Nas, of course, had a very that's a whole different story, but we'll just keep it on this end of it. They did have some issues, and Cormega even went on record saying at one point he didn't even get his money for that project at the time.
I ain't got nothing to do with it. They ain't offer me nothing. They ain't nobody came to me and said, Shan, I'm going to give you this to do this song. So when they didn't do that and they talking about, yo, Shan, it'll be big. Nigga, I made the record to be big in the first place. I don't need a fucking second version. I don't have to be on the second version. The first one was the motherfucking hit, nigga.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh,
that's hilarious.
So that's why I wasn't going to be on it. And Cormega, I just did something with Cormega because he coming out with a new album. Cormega sent me the track. I said, yo, Shan, I need you. Cormega could ask me anything. I will stop what I'm doing and yo, what you need? Because I'm down with Cormega just like that. Man, Cormega called me out the blue sky like, yo, Shan, I need you to do so-and-so. All right, no problem.
Yeah, Mega
come
Montana,
to Atlanta, I'll make sure the nigga have a good time hanging with me.
That's what it is. Mega Montana is one of my favorite artists, man. Shout out to Mega Montana.
Yes.
But definitely, of course, we can't really, even though you've told this tale a million times, we can't go without giving our younger audience the history lesson, because this is what's missing in hip-hop culture today, the history of it. The duel, the infamous duel, the war word, the beef with you and KRS-One in reference to how that whole situation, came to pass in reference of arguably still the battle that sets the tone, sets the stage, sets the history for what a definition of a real hip-hop battle should be.
But that wasn't the definition of a real hip-hop battle. We were the first ones to take it to records. That's why it got so much recognition around the world. But before us, there was Kool Moe Dee, Busy Bee. Everybody was battling. That was the MC gladiator. MCing was a gladiator sport, period. When you came to the ring, you came to battle. There was guys like Busy Bee that want to rock the party. You go ahead and rock the party, Busy Bee. I came to battle, nigga. What? You know what I'm saying? Busy Bee, the best party rocker there ever is. Won't say a goddamn rhyme to save his life, but that nigga can rock the shit out of a party. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It was a gladiator sport, and him and Kool Moe Dee do not fit in the same class, although it was like, yo, I'm the best party rocker. You know how Busy Bee talk. That's my man. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, yo, Kool Moe Dee is like, yo, that ain't even what it is, yo. And Kool Moe Dee came with them words that kicked your ass.
Yeah.
So our battle, me and Chris, was just taking up the sport that was done in the streets, and we bring it to the records. No, I never said hip-hop started in the bridge of my record. Yes, I was mad at them for making the record in the first place, but you got to think of the time that we were in. The madness just went from me being mad to writing a rhyme. It wasn't from me being mad to go looking for him for any beef or nothing like that. The madness went from my brain to a piece of paper. And the only reason why there is no response to After South Bronx or Boogie or whatever the freaking song was, where people think, oh, I didn't make a response, that's only because Marley Marl didn't want to do it. So it's not like Shan quit. Everybody in the game knew Shan was starting all the hip-hop trouble in the first place. Ghostwriting all the diss records. Steady B's Take Your Radio. I wrote that.
Whoa,
Steady B, first record he ever came out with, LL, I'ma Take Your Radio. But this is after I already had my battle with LL.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I had my battle with LL, and I still wrote a diss record about him on the script tip for Steady B. Take the radio. I wrote a diss record about Run DMC, sung by Frost, MC Frost. If you want to go look it up, there's a Run DMC diss, and if you look at it, written by Sean Mulkey. I was writing all the disses back then. I fucked up and became the first ghostwriter. Maybe I shouldn't have did that. Wouldn't be so many ghostwriters now.
But you know, Shan, it's funny because when you're dealing with what it was back in the day, because we always talk about the days of when it was simply lyrical, and I want to get it from your perspective. When did the game go from being lyrical to laying out chalk lines and yellow tape? Where did it all begin to get?
Around G-Rap changed the game. Cool G-Rap was the first gangster rap. A lot of people like to credit NWA for being that.
Now, what about Schoolie D? Now, some people say Schoolie D though, because if I can come in a bit,
but Schoolie's records was what he had, that PSK and some other thing. He wasn't really right, but he's talked about that stuff, but he wasn't really on no gangster tip. And Schoolie D is my man. I battled him in Philly. You know what I'm saying? That was my pick. It was New York against Philly. I had to battle Schoolie D. You know what I'm saying? Schoolie's my man. But Schoolie didn't have all of that. In the streets of New York, dope fiends are fiending for morphine. You know what I'm saying? They didn't have, this is poison, so be alerted, cautious. Those who act afraid, you will get nauseous, infected, or contaminated. You know what I'm saying? They didn't have that. That was G-Rap. G-Rap came with Rikers Allen, Reverend Rikers Allen. He was the first one banging that type of stuff. All right, somebody want to give PSK the credit for that? All right, do your thing. But I know that G-Rap was the one.
And I got to come in on that because G-Rap is my favorite rapper of all time. I have everything G-Rap has done. And I saw from when I first heard Road to the Riches, you know, that was the lyrical fireworks on display. When he went into Wanted Dead or Alive, I could see somewhat of the transition in a sense, you know, but when he did Live and Let Die, oh my God, I was like, I mean, dude, when he started spitting lines, especially on that verse, he said, the tricks ain't over, the battle ain't done yet. Get your ass out of town before sunset. Bullets you felt got you running for help. You getting struck in my 9 is still tucked under the belt. I'm like, woo!
That's G-Rap. And the funny thing is, he said it with a lisp, and you still was loving it.
Yes. I mean, G-Rap, I just, you know, but what you said, some people do, you know, but that is a prevailing opinion as well. But I mean, G-Rap just brought a visceral type of image. I mean, like you said, NWA, you know, because you figure
they did it
what
for
Road to the Riches
area,
came out in
their time. They did it for the West Coast. That's the way West Coast got down. That's how West Coast gangsters was. West Coast banged different than New York back then. You know what I'm saying? West Coast, they always was on that throw it up, you know what I mean? So when NWA came out doing what they do, they were doing it from a West Side perspective. We were doing it from an East Side perspective. And we meet in the middle. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
And see, with the East Coast, I noticed those complex rhyme schemes started changing, like in the mid '80s, going to the late '80s into the '90s. Like you guys, the Juice Crew, y'all pretty much changed the prescriptive of how rapping was really done. And I got a question from my man Kyle. He want to know who was an early rhyme pattern innovator for you.
Melly Mel. Melly Mel is where I got my whole idea of how I wanted to be in this hip hop thing. Because Melly Mel was making songs that were, you know, pretty lady living in a bag. You know what I'm saying? He made songs that were words. He had wordplay. Go ahead, Lyric. He had wordplay going on. You know, white lines. I wanted to be that. I didn't want to be. I looked at him for his lyrical skills, but I didn't want to yell. So I was the first cat to show rappers that you could be smooth with it. If you want to go back and check, before I came out, down to LL was everybody was yelling. Then here comes Shan.
Right.
You love to hear the story again and again. All of his beats and my rhymes attached. I showed these cats how to be smooth. You know what I'm saying? I came with my own thing. My voice was so distinct. You didn't even have to hear what I'm saying. You hear my voice and it's like, oh, that's Shan.
And it's crazy how you mentioned LL. Now, me being an observer and everything, it kind of looked like that. He kind of like patterned his style over you look wise, like with the gold chain and the Kango hat. Because I'm looking at the Google images.
No, I can't even do that because both of us, me and LL, borrowed our style from the B-boys.
Okay.
Got you.
The break dancers. Now, remember, we were dressing in sweatsuits, Pumas, Adidas. Who was doing that first? The B-boys. So we wasn't, all right, so we had two choices. We dressed like the B-boys or we dressed like Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five. That shit wasn't happening. So I guess we're going to dress like the fucking B-boys. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
So it's not a thing of me and L was trying to, we was in competition, but that was just the look of the day. That was the look of the day. It wasn't him biting me biting him. We bit it from them other cats.
Right.
Yeah, if anybody look at the Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five, them niggas look wild, yo. I'm like,
right, but you got to think about where they came from. They came from looking at the Temptations and stuff like this. They were the first rappers out. So what they had to see, what they saw before them was the Temptations with dance moves and uniforms and shit like this. That was entertaining. Okay, so they took what they seen and what they thought was the shit and bring it to us. After their genre was over, nigga, that ain't shit. Fuck out of here. I ain't dressing no leather with motherfucking tassels. You stupid as shit. I love your rhymes, though, but that ain't my style.
And it's funny you say that, Shan, because hip-hop itself has always been about the street, you know. And during that time, because I want to get your opinion later on in the show, too, about where fashion has gone today with what's going on. But back in the day when you would see, you know, the white rock groups and the black soul groups, I mean, you would see some of them fashions that were, like, real over-the-top, ostentatious, and extravagant. And it just, you know, for you really giving us the history
there was
of,
such
you know,
thing back in the days called image, my friend. Image.
Right.
My image was two different mismatched sneakers. That was my image. That was made. You know, you have designers. Mine didn't come from no designer. Mine came from I had a broke foot one day and I put on two different sneakers and it looked cool, so I kept it. But lots of times you gotta stylist. Once you get in the business, they give everybody a check out of your money. They go buy you a stylist. They go buy you somebody to pick your clothes, and then they find somebody to give you an image and all of this crap. Hip hop, we wasn't going for it, but the rest of the industry, that's how it is. They sit down, they'll take money out of your check, pay a stylist, and say you're going to use this stylist, and you're going to use this, and you're going to do that, and we're going to make you a star. But record companies don't do that anymore. They don't make stars. Let you not do the numbers that you're supposed to do in your first term, you're out of here. They don't develop artists anymore. The artists have to develop themselves, and when you go to the record company, you better have a lot of YouTube hits, or you ain't even going to get talked to. And then they're going to tell you, yeah, we'll put you under our umbrella. We'll put you under our umbrella for 35% of your money. But guess what? You still have to promote your own things. You still have to use your own money. But we're going to put you under our umbrella so it looks good on your label. Kiss my ass. Y'all got the different do y'all have a different internet than I got? If y'all got a whole different internet that's going to make my sales go up, I'm with that. But as far as if you're using the same internet that I'm using, fuck out of here. I ain't giving you 35% of shit. Fuck out of here. For you to distribute my shit on the air. There is no physical copies. I don't get no physicals. I don't get none of that. Nigga, you crazy as fuck. I'm going to just go ahead and press this one MP3 and sell it to 50 million people. Forget about it.
Now, what was the difference in your time?
Huh?
Yeah. Now, what was your time? Now, when you were coming up, what was usually the rite of passage for an artist to get a deal back in the day? Because, like you said, now it's predicated on your social media presence, your numbers. What was it like for the average artist back in the day to get a record deal? What was usually the process they had to go through?
You had to be nice. You had to have something brought to the table that was different from the last guy who's popping right now. That's why you've seen so many different artists of my era that was so different. You got Rakim, you got Queen Latifah, you got Naughty by Nature, you've got De La Soul, you've got Kwame, you've got a whole list of others, Salt and Pepper, you've got DOS Effects. Every one of those came out with their own style, their own whatever they had to bring to the table. They didn't come sounding like Kane. They didn't come sounding like G-Rap. They didn't come sounding like this. You know, Chub Rock sounded like Chub Rock. When you heard Chub Rock, that was some different stuff. You know what I'm saying? Nowadays, you can mix each and every one of these guys' songs together, and it's just like one long fucking whack-ass record.
Yeah. And it's sad because,
And I'm not scared to say it.
You know, Shan, but it's real, though, because we're all older. So we came up in a time where, you know, you actually had to hustle. You had to have your demo. You actually had to do your audition to really show that you could carry it. And now it's like, you know, the biggest problem I have, and it's not me being an older guy who still loves the culture, I have a problem with how a lot of these young heads out here, they really don't understand the history and what it really takes to be good, because they're treating this shit like it's just like it's just something to do, and I'm like, no, this is life. This is something.
And do you want to know why it's like this? Because the powers that be have gotten to it.
Yeah.
In the beginning, we were independent. We were independent, and we sold what we wanted to sell until we, cold chilling, we fucked it up. Because what we did was we had an independent, and what we do, we went and fucking joined up with Warner Brothers. Now we got to go by Warner Brothers rule. When we was putting out a record anytime we wanted. If we wanted to put out a record tomorrow, we put it out. Now we signed to Warner Brothers. Now we got to wait in line. Okay, Shan, your album will come out next year, October. Because Warner Brothers got a whole line, a list of people. All right? So now they have gotten control of what they wanted to get control of in the first place. And they're using hip-hop to degrade and keep our people down where they want us. They're not showing on television that they're educated rhymers that say something. They're showing the most ratchet shit. They're making sure the world star hip-hop with all the ratchet shit is being shown to where those that are unintelligible and easily influenced will fall under the trap that they are fucking setting for our young black children. So, this is what happened to our music. We sold it out, and now they're gonna give somebody. They're gonna give all this kissing male stuff, and this you gotta do this to get a deal. That has always been the thing. That has always been it. How these motherfuckers is doing now, you gotta do nigga. Motherfucking the reason why I got fucked up is because I called Benny Medina a faggot to his face. He was trying all that smooth shit. I was up for the Fresh Prince role. You know, the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, right? I was up for that role. Yeah. But once, because if you look at my first album, Benny Medina was my fucking executive producer. I'm like, who is this guy? He tried to take me under his wing. I wasn't having that shit. So this is how I've been all the time. But it was basically under the table. So now here I am looking at Benny Medina. Oh, you want me to be Fresh Prince and all this shit? What the fuck I got to do for it? Suck a ball? No. I ain't with it. Next thing you know, they got Fresh Prince. Will is my man all day long. Will Smith's first show that he ever did was with me. But I got to sit and question like, yo, I know who you was fucking with, Benny Medina. Your fucking first movie after you did that shit was 6 Degrees of Separation. Did these motherfuckers induct your ass into their club? It has to be.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You don't get that money unless you're motherfucking playing the game. Period.
Right.
And so I talked my way out of fucking playing their game a long time ago when I told Benny Medina, you fucking faggot, fuck you. That's when I got dropped from Warner's. My whole shit went a whole total left. But I ain't care. I'd rather be this way and living how I am now, doing what I've done, than to fucking have to look myself in the mirror and say I kissed Benny Medina's balls.
And, you know, for you being an insider in terms of knowing how that industry works, because this is what a lot of people, and goes beyond hip-hop, when you look at Hollywood culture throughout the years, you know, Rock Hudson, you know, Dick Sargent, Dick York, you know, these actors, you know, these were guys
to each their own. But these are the guys who were in. These are the guys who were in. They know what they used to call it. Let me tell you what they used to call it. They used to call it the Velvet Mafia back in the days. David Geffen, all of those record head exec company heads, that was called the Velvet Mafia. It was known, but it wasn't spoken about.
Right.
But nowadays, you got cats getting on the thing. Hey, if that's what you're going to do and that's what you do, that's how you do, that's fine. Each his own. But you getting on the internet saying it's okay. Yeah, I got the deal from Birdman. I'll tell you how I got the deal. I had to do da-da-da-da. Like, for real? That's what this world is coming to? You know what I'm saying? And you proud of that. That this is what you did for a deal, and now you don't even have a deal. So that means that you just got beat over for nothing.
You know,
hey, hold on. We
got deals right now. I don't see them.
Oh, we got a 724 caller right quick. Let me go ahead and take this number.
Okay. 724.
Yes, sir. This is the one and only Pittsburgh Pat. Yo, man, so some things came up for me, man. I couldn't really join y'all for the whole night. But, look, man, I've interviewed, a couple hundred people, man, and this ain't just because he's on the line. Look, Shan was always the most authentic dude. And, look, man, Shan gets overlooked a lot. For real, at the end of the day, anybody that knows anything about hip-hop knows that anybody that has any kind of flow, there was influence. It all stems back from a handful of people. Kane, G-Rap, Rakim, and MC Shan. Shan laid it down for generations to come, man. And Shan, I love you, bro.
Love you too, brother.
Good with you, man. And look, man, you're one of the few people that, no matter if I never interview nobody again, man, you're always one of the people that I cherish the most that I got to interview, man. You're a real dude, man, and I appreciate you, man, for real.
Hey, look, I wasn't going to stick you. You always look out for me, brother. And that's why I say I had to make sure I did this one right here because you always did me right. I can't do my man Pat dirty, yo.
I appreciate you, man. And these dudes that you're on the line with right now, man, they some authentic dudes. And that's why I wanted you on the show, man.
Pittsburgh,
because,
look.
I respect everybody,
I asked him,
man.
I said, did he warn you that I'm kind of off the cuff and I'm kind of over here, over there, rattle?
He fit the format with the show. That's why I was like,
the worst thing you can do is try to have a scripted interview. I said, man, just get Shan on that fucking line, let him fucking talk.
Yeah, scripted don't work for me.
Pat, that's
I guess
a great thing.
Look, I figured he figured that out after his first 3 questions got thrown off.
I said,
I figured that out after the first 2. I was like,
Shan,
okay,
man, you might not even talk about hip-hop. You might not even talk about hip-hop with Shan. You never know what's coming, man.
Right.
Yeah,
sometimes I'll get on the air and we don't even talk about hip-hop. You know what I'm saying? But, I was just happy to talk and whatnot because I like talking, and I like having my story out there because my story, like he said, I get passed over. But those that know is those that know. But other than that, in a few years, I'm going to get my just doing proper. You know what I'm saying? I might take me to be dead or something like that, but it's going to come. It's going to come.
Yeah, I mean, look. Look, my Cool G-Rap was the dude that I grew up on. He was the first dude that I heard that it, blew my mind. I couldn't comprehend that somebody could rap like that. And I was young, you know what I mean? And then I started to explore the entire Juice Crew. And, Shan, man, your shit's incredible. And anybody that can really understand flow and style and all that, there's a bunch of people that came after you, man, that you can tell they grew up listening to Shan. You know what I mean?
All right, but you want to know what really screwed me? Is because I didn't have one style, and you couldn't put me in one box. Mm-hmm. Because I tried to make every song on my albums different. You had Juice Crew Law. You had I Never Rock a Party. You had different things. Every time, back in the day, you dropped the needle. Every time you dropped the needle on another one of my songs, it was a different style. It was a different flow. It was talking about something different. It was way different from the last one. Where you get a Rakim, that this is what he did. Rakim talked his knowledge. You get Kane, where he just did what he did. I would make a song called Don't Mean a Thing if it ain't got that swing. Why would I do that at that time, and why would I make an album like that? Because hip-hop was getting a bad name from the powers that be, talking about hip-hop is not an art form, and it'll never last. And so what I did was I put my heart on my collar, on my sleeve, and I went and I made a song called Don't Mean a Thing If It Ain't Got That Swing. I made hip-hop records on house music just to prove to those powers that be that we are a genre that can do music on top of music and not just a beat. Yeah. And so I took a bullet for hip-hop. That's fine, because people who weren't there don't know what hip-hop was going through at that time. So, I put on the tux and all of that stuff, but I took a bullet for hip-hop just to say, yo, we got talent.
Without a doubt, man. And there's been some phenomenal artists in the past 20, 30 years that credit you for influencing them and tipping their cap to you people. I mean, I'm pretty cool with the dude Saigon. And he redid Out in the Park on one of his mixtapes, and he says that that's one of the things that he always wanted to do because he felt that you were always overlooked. And
I mess with Saigon. That's my man. That's my man. I love that nigga. I love Saigon. He's a cool ass dude.
My favorite MC, man. Sai's a real good dude. But another dude, man, was Havoc from Mobb Deep, man. I heard Havoc say that you were the main dude to him. You know what I mean? It's just, it made him want to explore differently instead of just doing what was hot at the time. He wanted to take chances, and you know what I mean.
He became one of the illest producers ever. Havoc, man. And Havoc is so ill with me, right? That one day I just went to his house. I woke him up out of his bed. Yo, Havoc, I need you to say this hook for me. He got out of his bed after having they used to drink that E&J or Henny all day. He got out of his bed, came down to his basement, recorded that hook for me, sent me on my way, and I'm like, I'm forever grateful to Havoc. And I think that song is on Fake Thugs. Fake Thugs. If you play Fake Thugs, Havoc on the hook. Fake Thugs on the streets only live when they high. That's Havoc. And that's the song I'm talking about. I went to his house in the morning, and he did that for me,
no problem. That was the only guest spot on that whole album, right?
Hmm?
That was your only feature on the whole album was Have.
I think it might have been.
What made you do that, Shan? Like, that was your first album in what, like almost 30 years or something? Like, what made you want to do it?
Bullshit.
Shit was
you know
why?
Because a lot of people think that, Shan's career was over back in the day. I did it for my own legacy. Not to sell 1 million copies or whatever, but in 10 years when they're going across the internet and somebody say, well, Shan didn't make records till after 92, he ain't make no records. And then one kid going to come up and say, well, he got this right here from 2017 that was like, wow. That's why I did it. And now I got another one coming.
But when I heard that record, I was kind of mad at you, though, man, because that shit was so fucking dope. I said, man, why the fuck didn't he do anything for 3 decades, man? Because that shit was so dope, man. Like, you couldn't tell that was your first record in 25, 27 years, man. Like, it's
all right,
like,
but now you got to understand
you didn't miss a step,
that I
man.
did 27 years ago. You got to understand that. I did that 27 years ago. And why I put that album out when people saying, oh, you can't rhyme and this and that, and you was garbage and you was whack. Well, this is all the shit that I was doing back then. But guess what? All the people who had, scariness, I don't want him. You can't listen to Shan because if you listen to his shit, you're not going to listen to mine because his shit is a little bit doper. You know what I'm saying? You always have people opposed to you. My own crew was opposed to me. Everybody thought they was better than everybody at a point. You know what I'm saying? But that's the way the record company did us. We were young, so we didn't know. So when we got older, we figured out what the record company was doing to us, turning us against each other. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't our fault. It wasn't our fault. But that's what they did.
That's crazy, man. Yeah, when I heard that part of bullshit, man.
Keep the competition, right? And don't tell him what you got paid. Don't tell the next one what you got paid. You ain't got to tell me what the fuck you got paid, nigga. I see you in a brand new burgundy motherfucking Benz with the fucking Batman kid on the motherfucker. I ain't got to know what kind of check you got. I see it. You see what I'm saying? I see the Biz Markie chain with the fucking 25-pound biz on it. You know what I'm saying? I see it. You ain't got to tell me how much y'all niggas got. I see the shit.
Hell yeah, man. But Shan, I mean that though, bro. Like, hearing that bars over bullshit, man. Like, that whole album.
But look, I got another one coming, and it's called The Album That Never Was. I've got another one coming, and this is the album that I had put together that never got put out. And it's got tracks from me and Marley on it from back in the day. And it's like, I'm not going to waste this music. Not that it's it's garbage. I'm not going to waste it. It's just as good as, you know what I'm saying? You listening to bars over bullshit, and me in my mind, I'm like, yo, nobody don't really know that all them songs I did before I lived in Atlanta. I lived in Atlanta 10 years. I did all them songs in New York years ago. Years ago, the whole album. There's nothing on that album that's brand spanking new. Nothing. Nothing that I went on in the studio in 2018, 2017 and did. All of those things that you hearing is from around the time when I did the beef thing with QD3, and I lived in Long Island. And I had that big studio in my basement. All of that is from back then. So if somebody's listening to that now saying, yo, that shit is hot. I did that shit 10, 12, 15 years ago. Some of them songs is even older than that.
And listen to it, you can't even tell.
Right, which means that my music was timeless like they used to say back in the days anyway. So to prove to them that my music is timeless, here you go. Whether you accept it or not, it's fine with me. But look, here you go. You know what I'm saying? And it's still good to listen to in 2018, although I did that in, who knows, it was 19 when I did those. It was 1990 something when I did all of those tracks. We wasn't in the new millennium yet. And I'm telling that secret now. I never told it because people think, oh, you just made that album. No, the hell I didn't.
That's the MC. When Shan will expect this project, man?
Huh?
When can we expect this project?
As soon as I get that first Daddy Yankee check, because I'm going to promote this one.
Hell yeah, man.
Last one, I just had help with you. I had your help. I had, you know where I ain't mentioning names on this show, but you know where I had help from. You know, guys like y'all.
I pushed that album like it was mine, bro. I was so excited.
You see what I'm saying? Y'all helped me with that. Y'all helped me. I didn't go out, people that fucked with me on that album. I didn't, I didn't have no big promotion budget or none of that. I just threw it out there. Yeah, if it sticks, it sticks. If it don't, it don't. At least I got something out there to say when people looking 2035. He had some shit in 2017. That was the shit. And now they're going to be able to say, he had some shit that was in 2017 that he did in 90.
I thought it was mine, bro.
Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother.
Like I said, man, you know, whether I'm with a show or not, bro, like, I still keep in touch with everybody. I still, I'm still on social media and shit. And, man, Shan, for real, bro, like, I mean that shit that, like, you're one of the few people that I considered a friend, man. I knew I could always count on you, and I knew it was always going to be interesting. And you was one of the most authentic dudes. There was no fraud shit with you at all. You know what I'm saying? And like that shit
and that's
goes a long
what
way,
I stand
man,
on. I stand on that part of me. You know what I'm saying? If you do, I lived my life being real all the time. There's nothing that I'm going to hide from you. Yeah, I did drugs all my life or whatever the fuck. I'm not going to hide the facts. And I'm going to keep it 1,000 with people. Because if there becomes one time that I do something that's fake, it's going to wipe out every real shit that I've ever done in my life, and that's how shit works. So nobody can ever ask me to do anything fake or try and forge something and make it look like this, because I'm not going to do it. You dumb. Don't even ask me that shit, because now that you told me, I'm going to tell the shit. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah, man. But yo, listen, everybody, I gotta hop off here, man. But
look, I'm about to say the same thing. My wife got math homework to do, and I got to get the children.
Hell yeah.
I've got to get the
everybody
children.
here at Off
now.
the Cuff Radio, man. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you guys supporting MC Shan.
No doubt.
Like I said,
hey, Off the Cuff, listen.
Looked a lot, man. And he's one of the realest motherfuckers in this shit, man. And
thank you.
I appreciate everybody at Off the Cuff and Shan. You know, brother.
Thank you, brother.
You know, you're one of the most authentic dudes that I ever came in contact with, and that's very fucking rare in the hip hop game, bro. And you know, you always got a supporter, man. Worst comes to worst, man. You always got one dude supporting you, and that's me, man. I'll ride it out with you, Shan. You know that, bro.
Hey, we're gonna ride it out together. That's what we're gonna do.
Hell
now
yeah.
listen, Off the Cuff Radio. It's your boy MC Shan. Now, if you want to make a part 2 and get to the questions, I'll let you be a little bit structured next time if you want to put me in and answer some of the things that you didn't get to. And I'll try and not be so off the cuff.
Oh, no, he loves you the way you are,
this
man.
is great.
Like,
this is great.
This is all good.
Yeah, but like I said, I'd love
to
to still spend another hour, but I have to go in and grab the children because she's got math homework and I don't feel like hearing her mouth. I'd rather hear y'all mouth than hers, okay? I live with her. So.
Hell yeah, Shan. Well, look, man, we'll all be in touch, man. And my man Eric, man, he's a stand-up dude, man. You know I wouldn't book you onto some bullshit show. You know what I mean? These guys.
Don't worry about it. I ain't even think you would have. But you know what I'm saying? I'm getting ready to step in the house.
You know, let's all be in touch, man.
Good.
We'll schedule something, man, and get a real good one in. We'll talk that shit. You know what I mean?
All right, that's what it is. Look, he's waiting for me. He's waiting for Daddy. Yeah, I'm back now. Okay, we back. All right, y'all. Listen, I got to do what I got to do. She got math homework, so I got to do this. All right, appreciate the time.
Thank you.
All right, so if y'all want to do anything anytime, just call me. All right, just let Pat know, and he'll set it up. All right.
Hell yeah, man. I'll be in touch with everybody, man. Thank you.